Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? So if you guys remember, last episode we finished almost every single dungeon for the Oblivion stage. And today we want to complete the technological part. And that basically means that we have to get into a teeny tiny bit of Oritech, and unfortunately, even though I love Oritech, it's not great for your FPS. At all. Hence we are going to do that inside the compact machine, and I have already brought a quantum link. And yeah, we have also transitioned from wireless access points to quantum bridge. So we have access to our applied energistic system everywhere. Well, ignore the terminals. So on my own, I haven't actually done much. The only thing that I have done is that I made myself some enderic compound, inside the centrifuge. And I'm also making myself some Draconium. That is because using those resources, we would be able to make ourselves the elite machine casing, and that is the best machine casing that we would be able to have. The better machine casing, the more upgrades. Also, we do need to have Draconium in order to make the machine add-on extender. I'm going to have 7 foundries, and I think each one of them going to have 3 extenders. That should be more than enough. Oh, and by the way, we have energy crystals from Draconic Evolution, so we would be able to power everything. I moved the machines. So let's connect them again. At this very moment, we don't really have that many add-ons. I have the speed add-on on auto-crafting, so let's make 7. They should work a bit faster. For now. I know we don't really need them, but I have P2P tunnels. Let's use one. So that at least we can hook up the pattern providers. The reason that we have 7 of them is that there's like 7 pages, so 3 recipes for each one. Well, maybe not netherite. And maybe not adamant. Because I have infinite resources, I don't care. Speed is better. I have also went up ahead and brought our laser. Unfortunately, it's not as fast as I was hoping. We got like 268. Maybe I need to add one more laser, and that brings us up to assembling machines. I don't really know. We're going to go with 5 of them, and yeah, they were supposed to have 3 extenders, then I realized it's offset, so yeah, changes have been made. But we also have 2 osmium compressors in order to make different plates, lead and steel. For rods, I think I still have to use the foundry, because I'm not gonna get into create. Unless it's totally required. The other problem is that I have absolutely no idea how many centrifuges we're going to need. Well, that's a bit important. I have to go through every single recipe. Well, to be honest with you, I think 5 is gonna be more than enough. So in order to import everything and hide the cables, I do have obviously the machine add-on extenders, and I do have the inventory proxy add-on. You just select the target slot on the machine that you want, and you import whatever you want or export whatever you need. Another thing that you should remember is that the entire reason that we had to get into Oritech and automate everything is that we need some Promethium in order to make the Resonant Void, which is an upgrade to the World Engine. So obviously we are going to need the Atomic Forge, we need the Overcharged Crystal, we need the Heisenberg Compensator, we either need to go with Unholy Intelligence or Super AI chip, and you know the rest. And ironically, in order to make the Atomic Forge, we have all the patterns. I don't know, let's go with 3. Why not? I have put so many add-on extenders and I don't have any add-ons. Well, the good add-ons do require the Unholy Intelligence. And I guess for the moment, one upgrade won't hurt. It's gonna be a bit faster. Thank you, thank you. Now we can afford better machine cores, but for this machine I don't think it makes any difference, because the important thing is the laser. But as usual, we select the target, the laser, so that we don't destroy the entire cube. I don't really want to drain all of my power from one energy crystal, so let's select the other one. Actually, for these ones we can just have gates. What can go wrong? I have hooked up our atomic forges to our applied energistic system, they do have their patterns, and I have specifically decided that I'm going to make the Heisenberg compensator using the Unholy Intelligence. Because there is a cheaper way, however, we do need to have strange matter later on, and this shoal fire or whatever, that's also needed later on. So I'm literally forcing myself to finish Oritech. But before that I thought maybe we should add more lasers for Fluxites. I'm not even sure if 2 of them can work on the same block. But we will see. No, they do. That's good. Oops. It's a pain to place these windows. Such a shame. So in order to get strange matter, what we need is a refinery, and we might as well get 2. I also need to make biofuel. Well, not the biofuel, I need the naphtha. Okay, I have assembled 2 refineries, and depending on the output, you're going to need extra tanks. 2 of them is maximum, I think. Because the refinery itself does have a tank. That's sulfuric acid, and it looks amazing. So I'm exporting enderic compound as well as lava into one of them, and yes, we're getting strange matter. If you don't export the enderic compound, you're going to get steam. Which, to be honest with you, it's kind of useless. So before I think how to get the fluid out, we need to also take care of biofuel. And for that, I think we have to pay a very small visit to home. Because I don't know what kind of crops I have. Why I have only like 257 wheat? The answer is simple. I never imported that. I think you can also get biofuel from moth. Moth is nice. Let's just go with moth. So for making biofuel, I'm modifying one of the centrifuges. We do have a fluid add-on so that it would accept water. And we're exporting biofuel into it. I think water has to be pumped in a bit faster. Yeah, that's biofuel. So now the question is, how do we import the biofuel? Well, we have entangled. I just want to be able to hide the cables. Oh, that I have to buy. Fine. Okay, it's crafting it. Lovely. I actually forgot to check who sells it. Echo of the Lightbender. Hello, Lightbender. Give me. I'm just trying to hide the cables, otherwise it doesn't really matter. You can just pipe it out, I think. I have also made ender tanks for this, but I guess we don't need that. Because now we're going to do entanglement. So we shall entangle the centrifuge to the entangled block. And we should be able to pipe it out. Yes, it's going in. There's also a catalyst that we have to put inside the refinery, and that should give us the result that we want. This one also has 2 tanks. That's just for symmetry. Otherwise, we will only get 2 outputs. Yeah, light naphtha and diesel. We could have gone with cows. But that, I think, is a game of luck. Maybe. I should try cows. Maybe later. Again, for hiding the pipes, what I have done is that I have hooked up the refineries to 2 entangled blocks and to a drawer. Obviously the controller. And I just want to know, if we have the drawers, will we get something? Yeah, that's sulfuric acid. There's like 5 of them in total. That one is diesel. That one is 1 step too high, which is perfectly fine. We can upgrade the controller. And we're just getting the bottom 2. Okay. I was kind of expecting that. Well, really, that wasn't a big deal. It's just that we need more entanglement. I entangled all the controllers of the tanks to entangled blocks down there. I am a weird person. Don't judge me. But we have a storage bus on the drawer controller, and now we should have access to those fluids. And now we should be able to make the Unholy Intelligence. Wait. Oh, you make it inside the centrifuge. I don't like centrifuges. That centrifuge does require a fluid add-on. Let's order 1 Unholy Intelligence. Oh, you're working. That's nice. Maybe I don't hate centrifuges. They're not that bad. We just have to import it. Is this by any chance a quest? Okay, it's an advancement. Oh, and by the way, over here I have void upgrades on all the drawers except 2 of them. Obviously light naphtha and strange matter. And down there I have some request terminals. Well, the terminal is here, I have the requesters. Because we need to keep some of the items in stock. For example, the catalyst that we're using for naphtha, or the strange matter, as well as biofuel. But does that mean I can make the Heisenberg thingy? I guess I can. Is anyone working? You're working. Oh yeah, it's crafting it. That is lovely. So I guess that's going to be my Promethium ingot, and what the hell is this? Oh yeah. I forgot. I actually forgot that one of the most important things that we have to do is to automate the Empower, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a pattern provider with a pattern for Restonia crystal, and we're going to lock crafting until primary result is returned. Then I guess we go with an iron barrel, because that's the one I have. And if we order 1 Restonia, everything should go in. I just use the atomic disassembler to make like 4 stacks. I'm never gonna automate that. But yeah, everything is in the barrel. As a quest reward, we did manage to get some advanced pipe upgrades. We're going to extract from the barrel, the pipe upgrade goes in. Distribution, nearest first. Doesn't really matter. Wait a minute, entangled blocks only work in the same dimension up to half a stack of blocks away. Why? It used to be unlimited in the same dimension, but that's not a big deal. So we're going to have 5 entangled blocks. We're going to entangle the Empower to the first one. Hopefully that's the first item that goes in. Lovely. And you know, we just entangle the rest. We extend the pipe and the crafting should start. Yeah? Who made the boo-boo? I entangled one of them twice. Doesn't really matter. We changed this one. Now it started. Oh wow. Well, at least you don't see it up here. So now that the crafting is complete, we just have to import it back into our pattern provider. Easy peasy. So just for testing purposes, I'm gonna order 10. If something goes wrong, I will let you know. But now we can have a pattern for the overcharged crystal, and we are literally missing everything else. It's a bit slow. I don't know how to make it faster. There's no way of making it faster. Yeah, but so far it's working fine. I'm not picky. Then if that is the case, can I have a Promethium ingot? My machines are garbage, but yeah, so far so good. Everything works fine. You know, every time I make the Empower, I just remember our capacitor tower in Project Ozone 3. But yeah, that should be our Prometheum. Maybe I should have added more lasers, but this is fine. How many do you think we need? We actually need only 4. I have also made patterns for every single empowered block. For this purpose and for this upgrade, we only need the Void one. So I just made a couple of blocks. So if we go to Oblivion and look at the Resonant Void, which is an upgrade to the World Engine, you might notice that we're missing the Void Flame Fuel. Well, we are also missing a bunch of other small items, but that's not really a big deal. It's cheap, easy. So obviously I need to automate every single item from Direwolf and see how it goes. But before that, I just realized there is an add-on to Oritech. So there is something called Efficient Speed add-on, and there are 9 tiers. Well, we cannot craft the 9th tier, we have to buy it, and the villager for it is not unlocked, but we can make tier 8. It's expensive, but doable. It's funny because it will increase the speed and it will reduce the power consumption. Or at least that is how I understood everything. I have set in all the patterns and it's crafting 3 of them, but look at the crazy amount of crafting job that it has to finish. That's a lot. You know, it's kind of weird, but I want it for my ice machines. Because you might notice I have added more reactors. Right now we have 8 of them. And well, if I want to have 100 dry ice, I need 16,000 ice. And I have 2,000. So now let me see what I should do with just dire things. I think we're going to go with 4 goos. Right? I don't know if this is a stupid question or not, but do annihilation planes pick up fluids? I never tried it. Yeah, it does. If that is the case, this is going to be like super duper easy. Because guess what? Thanks to extended AE, there is a smart annihilation plane. Aha! You can set filters. And with everything that I have just mentioned, that is a set of 8 goos. I just doubled it for no reason. So for some reason, I actually thought that we have to make the Eclipse Ember Fuel. Now it's a tier lower. But if we want to make it, totally not a big deal. Actually, I want something which crafts a ton of things. That crafts everything. Look how it works. Fast and amazing. Yeah, I love this part. It's a bit complicated and inefficient for what it does, but I like it. So there is a sub-network. I didn't want to count the channels, so I just added the controller. There is a pattern provider, which exports everything that we are going to need into a barrel as well as a drawer, because we are also handling fluids. And obviously the active formation planes are going to place down whatever they receive inside the barrel as well as the drawer. I didn't know if I should go with the bucket or the normal fluid, so I put them both. And the annihilation plane is just picking up everything else. The results. And I think we're done? Almost. Yeah, that should be the final stage. So if that is the case, let us have a pattern for the Resonant Void. We also need a pattern for Sky Osmium. That is cheap. Don't know what it does though. Everything is inside the reaction chamber. So can I get the resonant thingy? Bricks? What? Oh, that guy. But bricks? I don't even know why you need bricks. So for amazingly lazy people, that guy sells it. But for more lazy people, Echo of the Fabricator. Yeah, we buy a bunch. Let's go with 16. I have money. That is my resonance engineering block. So give me the resonant void. Awesome. Also, in the meantime, I think I have made a few more add-ons. Oh, I only made 3. Okay, it seems I was wrong. Not a big deal. But let's upgrade the machines. Actually, I think even 1 upgrade is more than enough, right? Now it's not importing. I mean, it is faster, but it's not a crazy difference. Almost double the speed. Well, we might need more. Wait a minute. You're crafting the Resonant Void. Really? Without a hiccup? Oh yeah, it's ready. So we do have to pay a very small visit. Why do you give me Blaze Gold? Yeah, as I was saying, we have to go to the where. You know, just call him John. That's an easy name. But complete stage, you don't have anything interesting to sell. Except that one. We go to the World Engine and assemble. Where does it go? Oh, over there. They look nice. But yeah, we have done the upgrade. For the final upgrade, we just need some torch flour, and apparently the quartermaster sells it. Lovely. So we just need to make 16 blocks of euphonium. I was reading it Europium, but apparently we have everything that we're going to need except this one, liquid darkness. And in order to craft that, I have already made 2 vats, which I think now it's an overkill because we just need 10 buckets of it and we will never ever need that again. But for the moment, that should be more than enough. But liquid darkness is a combination of liquid sunshine. And obviously liquid sunshine is a combination of torch flower and glowstone. Oh, the numbers are going to be weird. I don't really have an idea what I'm putting in, so let's just do this manually. So we just need to export water for the moment. That should go in. They don't require a capacitor, which is weird. But glowstone, torch flower, and a teeny tiny bit of power. Wait, what? The vat doesn't need power anymore? But that is our liquid sunshine. I think we need 5 buckets for the darkness. This is such a simple task. Why do we even have to do that? Is it the other way? Yeah. And whatever you make, we import it to the system. Yeah, we just got liquid darkness. Oh, it's actually good that I made extra, because I need 2 sets. Nice. So that one also goes into the dummy. We don't need that recipe, because I think that's also a one-time thing. And we just have to wait for our 20 buckets. That's it. I might have made a boo-boo as well. Let's make a bit more, just in case. Yeah, we just put you here. You already have water, you have the ingredients, you don't need power. Just output to the tank. It's a very good thing that I checked. The recipe that we're going to try and make requires source. Because I did order 1 set and I was like, why isn't it ready? And yeah, I should really automate the source. But yeah, that's the first set. And also we have enough liquid darkness to order the second set, and I think the source is going to be enough. Yeah, we have 16,000. It's just that it has to craft a ton of items. It's not a ton, it's just that my Oritech system is very slow. The second set is also ready. Blaze gold, yeah. And we have to talk to the Echo of the Ancient. I have no idea who he is. Oh, there is one. Oh, you're the guy. So anything interesting unlocked? We're not gonna do that. Uranium resource node, that's actually quite interesting. You sell me Watch of the Flowing Time. It's okay. Let's just do the upgrade. We are placing so many blocks. What if it gets too heavy and breaks the bedrock? So did we unlock the next stage? Echo of Guidance, yes. Hello, peasant. System error. Archives not found. Well, oh, there seems to be an error. Okay, it's intentional. John knows something. Hello, John. Tell me something. Do I have to craft something? Oh, time crystals. Okay. Actually, I think now we can do that. Yeah, we have everything for it. So I just made the Chronon Resonator and we're back at John. Hello, John. We have to meet Chaos, we have to meet Radiance. How am I supposed to find them? With this? Wait, he gave me a battery. Okay, that opens the door. Oh. What? Well, there are 3 people here. Hi. So that's Mr. Infinity. That should be Mr. Chaos. Oh, it's written here, Mr. Radiance. Hello. So just out of extreme curiosity, can I have a waypoint here? I think I can. Okay, so I'm back at the base and here's what we need to do. Well, there are 2 major upgrades that we have to do to the world engine. One of them I fully understand, the other one I have no idea how it works. So first we're going to go with the energy core. That seems to be straightforward. What we need to do is that we need to get into fusion crafting from Draconic Evolution. The fusion crafting core has to be done inside the world engine. However, if we want to get into Draconic Evolution, we have a bit of a problem. We don't have any production of Draconium. So I have just gathered everything that we need in order to make some Draconium chickens. You also need meat. I stood inside the smeltery. So let's get 6 Draconium chickens. I don't have the seed. It's okay. We have tons of seeds. I think we have like 150,000. But yeah, let's get 6 Draconium chickens. Oh, and by the way, this is the feather from occultism. You just drop feather into the fire. You're fine. Dude, did you even start? I'm gonna crash again. You should not look at the source. Yeah, I crashed, I relogged, it started working. So that does mean we're getting the chickens? Oh, it takes time. Oh yeah, 1 minute for each chicken. Oh, hi. Also, in the meantime, let us fix the source issue. Something was finished. The chickens? I thought each one of them is going to take a minute. And also, to be honest with you, we didn't need like 6 chickens. 2 would have been more than enough. So, 1 of them we're going to train. 1 of them we're going to keep for later on. And 4 of them we're gonna sacrifice. That is a chicken soul tier 8. You know, I could have bred just 2 chickens and get this, but yeah, we're rich. We're fine. That is going to be later used for the tier 9 seed. Oh, I need 3. We're just gonna breed 1 stack. So over at the world engine, we are going to have our volcanic source link, we are going to have our pedestal, and we're going to have a hopper. And I guess for now we just give it coal. Until I get something better. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, it has been a while later. Well, I was AFK for a while. I had lunch, I took a nap, I wanted my chickens to be trained. And if nothing has gone wrong, some of them should be decent. Yeah, 47. I'm gonna take 3 of them anyways. There is one of them which will be maxed out later on, but for the moment, these guys will do. I need the Draconium, that's the point. Why do I need one which is maxed out? We already got like 1,000. Maybe these guys will do. But anyways, before I went AFKing, I did set up our fusion crafting cores. I'm using literally the same setup that I did in all the mods 10. We have a pattern provider. It's 2 independent systems for both sets. But each set has a pattern provider which is locked until primary results are returned. The pattern provider puts everything on a barrel on top. The XNet controller is going to read that. And obviously it's going to take the first item out and on highest priority put it inside the core. The rest of the items just go inside the injectors. It's the same for both sets. I have actually given it a test and yeah, we have one Vibrant Fusion crafting injector. And if I want the second one, everything should go inside this barrel. And we start crafting. Yeah, but I guess if I hold this one in my inventory, one quest is going to be complete, which is perfect. We get some money. I have crafted one is being crafted, I need 18 more. So, craft me. Now that I have Draconium. Now that we have access to Draconium, the entire thing is automated and we have our fusion crafting injectors, 10 of them. What we need to do according to the quest line is to start getting some dragon hearts. Why 12? Oh, because it crafts 4 sets. Anyways, we need Dragon Heart. Dragon Heart requires ether gas. We had a few dissolution chambers over here. Let's move them to their permanent location. I have also crafted some add-ons. Let us just make sure that everybody's upgraded. For ether gas, I think we are going to go with 3 stasis chambers. Probably an overkill. We're going to have a fluid laser base. What is that? It's just a random block from Mechanism. And I don't know, we just go with 6 lasers for now. That should be more than enough. I literally got everything that we are going to need in order to have some ether gas. However, I just remembered something. I just filled in the induction matrix. Now it's full. And these are extra. I'm just going to have a really garbage setup in the compact machine. We give upgrades to the stasis chambers. In order not to mess it up, that should be the wither. That should be my laser. That should be the other lasers. And we vein mine the rest. I think we're fine. Oh, I forgot the lens. Yeah, I have it on auto crafting, don't you worry. So we're going to use the energy crystals from Draconic Evolution in order to power everything. Everybody should have power, which is perfect. Again, more upgrades. And this time, since I don't really want to mess it up, let's have an import bus. Because every time that I do that, I can't place the import bus ever again. So I think we're fine. Yeah, perfect. Is that ether gas? Again, perfect. I can have way more lasers, but this should be fast enough. Depends how much we need per heart. 1 bucket. It's not much. That's the problem. I'm not exactly sure if you guys also noticed this or not, but apparently we need infused dragon breath. That requires infusion level of 80 in apotheosis, and well, that requires something from the Warden. In the comment section of the last episode, you guys have been telling me that I can add more heart canisters. So it's 20, not 10. Thank you for the tip. We have so many hearts. Also, now that we're killing the Warden, let's try to get a data model. Oh, hi. There's one here. Well, while he's spawning, let's also open the loot. Why is everything that I'm getting for blood? Epic Rise of the Dead. That one I liked. Ah, finally. Let's get our data models. And let us see if we can kill him. Okay, we can kill him. Yeah, we just need a bit more, I think. Yeah, 5 more. I don't do a crazy amount of damage, but it's fine. I don't lose any health. I have lifesteal. Okay, so it's been like 10 minutes later. We had the Warden prediction, therefore I could make myself some tendrils. I have upgraded some of my bookshelf into Echoing Skulk Shelf. Yeah, the one which goes to maximum 80. All of them look the same. But then I had a problem of having too much quanta, so I made some essence, manipulation essence from Ars Nouveau, to convert some deep slate into tough and some tough into calcite. So I made myself some geode encased bookshelves, and well, you see the result. It does work. Although the problem is that, yeah, we don't have more amethysts. That requires a bit more quanta. So I remove you. Now it's 75, but that's enough, right? Perfect. Let's get a bunch. I'm going through them a bit faster than I was hoping. Although I do have a feeling that I'm going to need way more dragon breath. It's 1 per heart, and I need a ton of hearts. I need basalt. Yes. But that is polished basalt. I just need garbage basalt. Unless you can just crush it, yeah, that works. The thing is, I also need to make the life stone, which is a combination of soul stone as well as the other one, and all of them require something called a blank slate. That blank slate requires an egg, which is compressed basalt. There is a basalt chicken, but I don't have that. Maybe I do. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We're going to set up something using extractors because I have to do that anyways. I need kiwi. A bit of a confession, anything that is not very standard and looks weird, I'm just gonna put it inside the cube. But that includes all of our extractors. We have grains of infinity, dragon bread, dragon egg, basalt, tuff, calcite, kiwi, and deep slate. And everything is connected through a drawer, so we should have access to them. Also, there is a machine called a slow melter, which is also great for making meat, instead of cooking yourself in the foundry. But you know, in my defense, when I was looking for meat, it showed me this. And I was like, sure. And out of everything that it needs, we have nothing. And I can assure you, zinc plate requires something other than osmium. Oh, it does need osmium. Never mind. Because iron plates requires hydrogen, something else requires oxygen. It's weird. Yeah, copper requires hydrogen, but we have some copper. Let's order 2 of them. 1 for meat, 1 for, I don't know, basalt, whatever. Can I have like 2 more? Just in case, because I want to remove the pattern. So are you a multi-block? Are you a normal block? How do you work? I don't understand. So a very important point, the slow melter for me doesn't really work. I don't really understand why, but you cannot pipe in anything into it. So I made a magmalit using the foundry, and then I set up this automation. So there's a pattern provider which puts the compressed basalt into this chest, and then we're exporting lava and importing the magmalit. The problem was that sometimes the pattern provider would put the basalt inside the basin, sometimes it wouldn't. This is why we have a chest. You know, we make sure that it goes in. I don't know how much basalt I have, but let's order 4 more. Yeah, seems to work. And yeah, it's a bit weird, but trust me, it works. So the dummy or the world engine is going to make us the blank slate, which is perfect. I keep removing patterns from it. And now let us see how would we make the actual stones. So soulstone is easy peasy. I have glistering melons being replicated, and we have tons of hearts. Don't know how many we need. As for the other one, we have to automate a cooking pot. Okay, so a bit of a problem. Not a problem, a bit of a boo-boo. It hasn't been a crazy amount of time later, but I have been trying to automate the different stones that we need. So obviously the soul stone was not a big deal. The body stone that we have to cook it was a big deal. And I was trying to automate it inside the compact machine, but then I noticed something. You can replicate it. I didn't even craft a burger. I just went to spawn, purchased some food when we were facing the Warden, and I got 11 burgers. But in any case, I have set up the patterns, you guys already saw it, we can have dragon hearts. So now that we can have dragon hearts, that means we can make awakened draconium. I have changed the fusion crafting injectors, I made sure that they're on single mode. Again. So let's get a bunch of awakened draconium. 100 blocks for now. Wait, 100 blocks took... how many hearts? 25 hearts. Makes sense. In order to finish the quest, I also need some draconic fusion crafting injectors, which I'm crafting them. Oh, it's ready. I needed 12, right? Yes. Because, you know, it has to craft a wyvern, then make the draconic. I ordered 20, so more is being prepared. But this is going to be a relatively long journey because I also need like 400 awakened draconium blocks. So I thought in the meantime, we focus on something else. And that something else requires a backup. So the Radiance quest line requires us to bring back the Ender chicken to a compact machine. Also, the size of the chicken that you want to warp over is important, so if we want the tiny one, we just have to teleport it immediately. I think the bigger it is, the more chaos you're going to get. That is actually the whole point, you're going to get molten chaos, which you can convert into chaos shards. Well, not the shard itself, but you get the fragment. I have ordered 9 stasis chambers. Let's order 9 more. Ghasts. Oh, I can craft ghast tears. Yes. It's fine. Let's order 9 more, just in case we want to bring 2 chickens. So, first let us try to get ourselves a platform. You know, you guys have been telling me that more stasis chambers are going to heal the creature more. So I think 9 is the maximum, right? We want to transfer the tiny chicken, if possible. So I'm just gonna have a 1 block gap. Anywho, that's going to be the second laser with the import bus. I personally want the system to be ready, that's it. You know, so that we don't have to place blocks later on. We will see. For the moment, each set is going to receive 12 drills, 6 on both sides. And I think if I get 18 more, I can just make a ring. For the moment, I'm also going to upgrade the stasis chambers to max. But we are going to upgrade the drills later on, we're not in a hurry. And I think the lens was black. Oh, okay. We're good. I don't really know, I'm hoping this is not an overkill. And let's get a dislocator. and we link it to that block. That's not the correct block, that's the block that I'm at. It's okay, we're going to get another one. We link it exactly here. And we put the laser back. Just in case I'm going to make an extra backup. Oh, and good. I forgot power. I guess let's go and see if we can bring back the chicken. So this part is a bit weird. The structure has regenerated. Was it because I crashed? Honestly speaking, I have no idea, but we will have our final backup. Here's the chicken. Here's the dislocator. Did it teleport? Well, let's take the dislocator out. Let's go to the compact machine. Are we getting chaos? I can't even click on that. Well, let's connect it to our system somehow. I think his hitbox is everywhere. But let's see if we are getting any chaos. He's taking damage, so I'm getting chaos. Nice. 1 millibucket. Every time? That's what we call a garbage rate. And it's a good thing that I'm going to go with 2. But we have reached the limit on the Draconic Evolution Energy Crystal, so I have to use a new one. And honestly speaking, that rate isn't that bad. Remember, we don't have that many upgrades. Let's order more. And most importantly, let's do this again. I actually forgot how I made it. Oh yeah. That's the recipe. I just remembered that it does require dimensional shards. I remember last time we made 2 of them. So, dislocator, the new one. I have already made a backup. Get teleported. We're good. I'm assuming the bigger the chicken is, the more chaos you're going to get. I could be wrong. But yeah, we're not going to go that crazy this time. Just a few upgrades to some of the drills. That should be more than enough. Because so far this mod pack is not resource intensive. This is weird. How much chaos are we getting? Okay, that's not bad. How much chaos do we need? That's the main question. So that's 4 of these tiny chaos fragments. Well, 5. Actually, that's a decent rate. Actually, we can set it up over here. No, I have to go home. I have to make casts. As it turns out, it was super easy. I just made 2 tables. I don't really know why. We're using an import-export bus, exporting chaos, anything else will be imported, which is the fragment. So if we check, we have 11. And that should be a quest. So the only thing remaining is that we're just waiting for some awakened Draconium. A lot of that, to be honest. And it's probably not chunk loaded. You know, for me personally, that is the most important thing that I have to do today. Because if you guys remember, last episode's title and the thumbnail was the Draconic Core. I called it Tiny Progress. And if I do manage to make the maximum size today at the World Engine, then that's big progress. No, but from next episode we're going to slow down, we have to fix the base. I have started working on everything, but I guess from next episode we will have more time. Also, in the meantime, what do you do with the Chaos Fragment? Oops, there is an antimatter chicken. 10 buckets of antimatter. I guess it's worth it. Well, I have to wait for my awakened Draconium. See you right back. It's a bit too late. It's the last 4, but I just remembered we had 2 sets. I didn't have to AFK. But on a very positive note, I edited the footage. But let us also get our Draconium blocks, like so. That's probably more than enough. We go to the World Engine. I keep forgetting, we have to go to Radiance. New village people. Oh yeah, that's the guy. And I can buy a better anvil. Why not? That was expensive. I got a backpack. Thank you, I guess. But we do have all the blocks. Let's submit them. And do the upgrade. That's lovely. It actually assembled way faster than Draconic Evolution itself. But assemble the core. What? Oh, yeah. Tier 8, activate. That rhymed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called big progress. No, but with that, my fellow Dark Ones, I guess it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye. Actually, before we wrap up, that's a large chaos fragment? Oh, I need way more. Okay. Bye bye.